I might get impaled. Okay. So, I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't have a clue, but I really, there's no science here. So, I got this cactus approximately on April 2nd, 2019, which is my birthday. I got it at Home Depot. We love each other. Since then, he has given me one baby, which I started to propagate today. It's currently drying, so I can put it in dirt. But whenever I propagated it, I noticed that it had yellowing along the bottom, which I immediately thought I killed it. I've done that lots of times. We're working on it. Anyway, whenever I planted it, I was dumb and I didn't put any holes in the bottom. So therefore, I can't water it. And I haven't watered it for a whole year. It didn't seem to be having an issue, and I only noticed the yellowing, because it was below the soil. So I'm not for sure. It started to come a little bit above the soil, but it's been a year. It probably needs some water. So we're going to try and plant him or repot him into this terracotta pot. It is an orchid pot. I think that's what they call them. It has 3 holes on either side, which for really good drainage. And then I also have, I used the soil that he came with to plant him the first time. This time I'm going to probably use some of that still, because I'm sure it's still dry. But then I'm going to add more orchid mix on the bottom. And then if I get the chance, I'm going to put some worm casting on it. But I remember potting this guy, and I poked myself 50 times. So I'm not really sure how we're going to do this. I might get impaled. I honestly am a little bit terrified, but I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So wish me luck. I've seen people grab them like this. Nope, I got stabbed. I'm gonna go find an old towel. Okay, found an old towel. I'm gonna wrap it around him. Actually, I'm repotting him. I can just dump him out. Okay. I'm gonna back up so maybe you can see. So I'm in my basement, in my office. This side is prettier, but the light is better this way. I'm planning on redoing it, and I think I'm gonna make it into a multiple part series. We started to redo it last winter. No, 2 winters ago, but then it got really frustrating and we got tired of everything being everywhere, so we just put a pause on it. So I was documenting that, so I'll be able to pull up some footage from that, but I thought that I could revamp that because it gets pretty good light and I want to make it into add more plants and finish my final product. I do some vinyl work and I have a few other hobbies that their things live here along with my plants, so I thought that'd be interesting. So let me know down below if you're interested in that and keep an eye out. Anyway, I'm just gonna dump him out. I'm kind of scared. He was unhappy, but he seemed to be pretty happy. I wish this had holes in it. I got it from TJ Maxx for $6.99, so I don't know if I want to risk breaking it though. I might try. Hold on. There's a drill upstairs. I'm too big of a weenie. I went and found this pot instead. It has holes in the bottom too. I might try and put it in here. Maybe. I have made myself a mess. Yeah, as much as I wanted him to fit in there, he's not going to. I just got my finger. Okay, so this is a pot that was brown and I painted it white. It looks kind of, but it'll be fine. I'm going to add some orchid mix to the bottom. Maybe not that much. Just enough, like, to cover, like, the very bottom. And then I'm gonna reuse his soil. There's lots of perlite in it, which helps with draining. I am in the process of learning more about plants. I know a lot about it, like in plants in general, because I have a bachelor's degree in row crop production and soil science. So I know like the science, but not house plants. More like corn and beans and row crops. But okay. And I hope I don't get impaled. Oh. This towel is working good, if you're wondering. I've only impaled myself twice. I'm gonna try and center him, but honestly, he might just land where he wants. See, look at those roots. Okay, that feels centered. He's sitting there. He's not centered, but it is what it is. I'm gonna fold this so I can use him a little better. And yes, this is in my house, on my floor. We have tile, so I'll just sweep it up and then run a vacuum over it. I really thought I killed him. That feels good to me. Let me show you. Wow, I'm cute. Okay, I'll have to turn it around. Okay, here he is. He's not quite centered, but I think he looks just fine. Look at this mess. He's pretty cute. Okay. Okay, now that we got him repotted, kind of where we like him. I'm sure he'll straighten out. But now I'm gonna water him in. Like I said, he hasn't been watered in a year, and so figured this would be a good time to water him. Normally, so if he was a cutting or if I just propagated him, you wouldn't water him right away. You would let him sit and just adjust for a couple days so their roots, like the ends, could callus so they don't rot. But with this guy, I left a lot of them still intact, like he's just getting repotted. So I'm going to water him. I've been researching a lot on how to not overwater or underwater, because that's a huge problem of mine. And it's not, overwatering isn't the amount of water you give, it's the distance or the time between when you're watering them. So, for example, like the time that I've watered this guy was a year. So overwatering would be me watering him every week. It's not the amount, it's the time. So that's really helped me out. So, and then I'm going to go ahead and water and water and water and then water some more within like the next hour or so. And just make sure all the soil is good and wet and that he's gotten a good old drink. And then after that, might be another year. Now that I put him in a pot with holes in it, I think we'll get along better and I will be able to water him once everything is dry. But yeah, the green, like the yellowing on the bottom, what looked like rot to me, it actually like chipped off and it's green underneath. So I don't know if he was suffering from something and he is better or what, but it looked just fine. But I went and got this ice cream pail because there's going to be a lot of run off. And I'm going to set it on top. Maybe. And then I use water like from recycled jugs that I filled up and let set at least overnight. So A, it's room temperature, and B, if there's anything in the water, it will settle out of it and evaporate. So I just go ahead and water all the way around him. I'm going to do it this way from the top, and then I also have a tray that I'm going to set him on and let him absorb from the bottom too. Yeah. I'm excited. I had said earlier that I propagated his, or her, I don't know if it's a him. I'm constantly personalizing my plants. I'm excited for his baby. Her baby. God, I'm doing it again. I hope that I don't accidentally kill it because it's really cute. But yeah. Okay, that's slowing down. So then I always I reuse the water a lot. And I'm going to go back and forth from letting it sit. I wish you could see it. From letting it drain through a couple of times, and then I will let it sit so it can come up from the bottom. And that way it can not only go through it, but it'll dry up and all of the soil will get wet. Because even now, I rinsed the whole top of it, and the way it ran through the soil particles, it didn't get everything wet. So you really got to give it a chance to do that. Okay, I'm realizing that this is probably the only time I'm going to water him for a really long time. And since it's the beginning of the summer, or it's spring, going to be summer, and that's generally plants' growing seasons, I might go get my cactus fertilizer and fertilize them now. Sound like a plan? Maybe? Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. While I was up there, I realized this guy hasn't been watered since I got him either, so we're gonna do him too. While we're at it anyway, he is just in his nursery pot inside of this, so I'm just gonna grab it out. Okay, I got him out of his pot. This is just his nursery pot. Okay, we're back. So, I got a phone call, and it stopped my video from recording. But this cactus and succulent food, I'm going to fertilize them because I won't water them pretty much any time else this summer because I let them go a really long time between waterings. I mixed a dose with half a gallon, and then I'm just making sure I shake it really well. And then pro tip, anytime you are fertilizing something, make sure to water it first, so with plain water, because if you fertilize it first, it'll run straight through the soil, whereas if you were to get your soil wet with just plain water, it will have a second to absorb, and then so when you do fertilize it, it'll be able to catch and actually stick and absorb to your roots. Make sense? Those weren't the most scientific words, but that's kind of the basics. So I did go ahead and give this one a drink of regular water, And as you've seen, I did him as well, or her. I can't decide. And so I'm just gonna go ahead. There's no like, you should give them this much, or there's no dosage per plant. It just says to drench them. So yeah, that's about it. I'll probably keep cycling through the water. I like to recycle the water through the plants as much as I can to see if I can get the most absorption out of it. That doesn't make sense at all, but if you do it, you know what I mean. Like what drains, I'll dump back through the top a couple times just to make sure that it has the most chances. But that's that. I hope you're having a good weekend. If there's anything else you want to see from me, let me know. Stay tuned for this office reno. It should be pretty cool. I'm excited. It's been something we put off for a long time, and now I think I'm finally getting the motivation to do it. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please hit that subscribe button down below. It helps me more than you know. And then please leave a comment about if you have any questions or concerns or anything, let me know. Or even just say hi. I love connecting with people. So, yeah, and smash that like button. I'm such a cheese ball. Have a good day. See you.